tonight. That's all right. I just got back in. I'm just gonna grab a few games here, see if we can continue to rank up. Been doing pretty well over the last couple weeks, percentage-wise.
Or alternative.
Managed to convince my wife to come home. She wanted to go back in the morning. I said, let's just go back tonight. So all we're gonna do is just sleep and then leave in the morning anyway. So and the travel is a lot easier on Rory, and I get to stream. If we come back tonight, so they both just slept in the car back over here. All right, what are we working with here? Looks like we're working with a Dodge. All right, we'll wait a second. All right, let's go ahead and get back in here. And I did release a kind of like a TLDR tier list. It's still like 40 minutes, but it's top 5 for every role. I think I released that either yesterday or the day before. So be sure to check that out. I think cross my fingers, I might finally be sort of kind of getting over the illness. So hopefully I won't be sneezing and coughing as much on stream. We'll see. Oh, there we go. But it has been a little bit better today, so that's good. Oh, what's up, Tiny? Alright, let's see what we're working with here. Probably still going to be Soraka. I might try some other stuff out. We'll see. If someone picks Leona or Thresh, I might try Zyra here. I need to see my my win rates against Leona and Nautilus with Soraka. So I feel like my win rates aren't that bad, but I feel like those are my worst matchups though also.
Or alternative.
Oh, yeah, player name. Can I not do that? Hello? Oh, champion name. Champion name. Can I do player name? This is the site where you could look up players? Champion name, or what was the site I'm thinking of? That gave the good stats. I thought it was this one. I will look up player names. What was the site? It wasn't League Wiki. I thought it was this site where you could look up like player names and it gave you like matchup information. I know op.gg and Poor Professor do that, but I don't think it's the same kind of information. This would be a place where they're almost certainly going to pick something like a Leona or a Nautilus, because they're going to have to try to lock us down. Let's try out Janna here.
The Tempest is at your command.
Pike, okay. I could have sworn that you could look it up by player. What are the other sites that I use? It's not Pro Builds. Dang it, I can't even remember the name of that site. Okay, hold on a second. Let me make sure that I get this. Okay, definitely armor. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this build. Oh, now I can visualize the site, but I can't. It's not pro guides. I'm looking at Lolalytics. It's not. What do you say? And I'm booming out here. It's not champion, not Mobifire. U.GG. I think this was it. They all kind of look the same layout wise, or very similar. Okay, I think this was it. Or you could look up popular builds and things like that. Okay. Okay, that's what I want to see. So I'll have to look at this here in a second. Sorry, I know it's a black screen. Let me fix that here in just a moment.
With ease.
Okay, I'm late, so we're gonna have to ping.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Okay. What's up, Tiasketh? Yeah, I got it. Sorry, guys. It's the first game it does that. I need to slide the thing over, too. Let me do that before I forget. Slide that over a little bit. There we go. I'm trying this build on Janna again. My win rate on Janna hasn't been amazing, but I haven't tried this build out a ton on her either, so... I'm putting it right there so it can keep an eye on the scuttle. Because we got a Ghost Poro, so it lasts a little bit longer. What's up, Skylar? We just picked Janna here because I thought they were going to pick some kind of hard engage because we had a Jinx and a Twitch. And Janna does peel better than Soraka.
Swiftly.
Oh, Twitch is kiting? So annoying that Janna doesn't heal though.
Upon the wind.
Really awkward that Twitch did not immediately try to come bottom for the level 2, but now he wants to gain. Because he's still level 2. Like, you don't gain the level off of golems anymore. It leads me to believe this guy probably doesn't, or hasn't jungled too much in the preseason. I don't know what that means. That emote. I could have hit him with a W, probably. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. I think Twitch jungle is pretty strong. He's risky, but like in most games that I see Twitch jungle in, he's pretty spooky. Well, it's not tanky. It's not tanky support items. It's just the opening item is a tank item because there's no real reason not to get that item. Because like the reason you would not get that before was because you got on-hit damage, and you got mana regen, and it was your only AP source. But now there's like, you don't get any stats for anything. There's really like no point in getting the Spell Thieves one. You're not going to charge it that much faster than you would. In the best case scenario, you're not going to charge it that much faster than you would the Relic Shield one. And the Relic Shield is like much more guaranteed. It's just a lot safer. She ran the wrong way. But yeah, I mean that's it as far as like tanky support items go. Just the opener.
Upon the wind.
Oh, you mean like the runes and stuff too? Yeah, I mean I've talked about this a lot in both my like pretty much every video that I've published in the last couple of weeks. I've talked about why that is. I talked about it in my TLDR tier list, my support tier list, and my patch notes. Why I've started going Guardian and Relic Shield. Yeah, it's pretty much that it's just guaranteed gold, and it's better for all-ins early with the Relic Shield. You don't get a major advantage off of Spell Thieves early on anymore, so there's not really a point in taking it. And then, as far as Guardian goes, just pretty much if you don't get blown up, you're probably going to win with Enchanters in most fights, so...
In harmony.
I don't want to miss experience. I need to push this in, though, so we can, so I can put a ward in better. Oh my god. That was awkward.
As you wish.
So the new Spell Thief item is not that good anymore because they took away everything that made it good. I mean, it doesn't give any on-hit damage anymore. It doesn't give the on-hit damage anymore. It doesn't give mana regen anymore. It's not the only AP game in town anymore. So, like, the only reason you would get it is basically if you want to charge your mana or if you want to charge your gold generation off of hitting people rather than hitting minions. You get a small amount of AP later on in the game, but it's going to take much longer to get that to the tier 3 status than it will with the relic item. They basically took away all of this, like, the bonus stuff you got early in the game off of all of the items, and they basically just said, how do you want to charge it? Do you want to charge your gold item by last hitting minions, or do you want to charge it by hitting enemies? And, like, the rate at which you charge it is actually faster by hitting the minions most of the time. As far as I can tell, I'm the only person that's been saying to take Relic Shield on Enchanters, so I don't think this is, like, widespread. I mean, there might be some other people, but I think a lot of people are behind the curve on that change. Or, I mean, I could be way off on it, but I think I'm right about it. I really don't want to give up this experience, but I really need to make sure that we get this dragon also. I think the changes are great. I think they're really good. I think a lot of people just aren't thinking about it the right way. They're just still trying to play it like you did at the end of last season. I mean, it might be worse for people up in, like, Challenger or something, but I think it's kind of a you know, for the last little while, a mid-level plat player topped out at a low-level diamond player. It's actually really good. Yeah, I mean, securing the dragon's more important. Water dragon's very good too. Okay, we don't know where he is, so I can't wave clear with my... How are we looking on CS? We're about even on CS. It's not too bad. Lucian does have a couple of kills, which kind of sucks. She missed everything. She did no damage to him. If she would have just stood and fought instead of running, I'm pretty sure we could have had a better chance there, but... I mean, you're always dependent on your teammates. I think you are, like, you're even less dependent with Enchanters than you are with tanks. Depends on your elo bracket. I mean, I feel like tank supports... Like, when tank supports are in, I feel like that's when supports overall are really weak. When, like, Leona and Nautilus are champs that you have to play, I feel like a lot of times those are metas where supports overall are pretty weak. I mean, maybe I'm just not as good at that style of play. That's probably true. But I think that ADCs in general are stronger than they were. I think that tanks are stronger. And I think all that bodes really well for Enchanters. Or for, like, supports in general. I mean, I guess it depends on the type of support you like to play. I think junglers have been dialed back a lot in the early game.
Breathlessly. Rampage.
Ha. Alright, what do you have questions about? Yeah, we can't really lane... Is he in here? Oh, there he is. This Lee is just camping the shit out of us. She's gonna get killed there. Okay, good. This Jinx is very, very rough. Alright. Probably a lot of Soraka. I was trying Janna out here.
In harmony.
I personally don't like the W max Janna. I think 2 or 3 points for lane is fine, but then after that... Oh, come on, dog. Let me get the shield. If he's going to let you sit there. I mean, we lost 50% of our gold on that, but that's fine. Yeah, I would get 2 or 3 points of W, then just go over to shield. I mean, it just kind of depends. I like playing for the mid game lately with a lot of Enchanters, and I've been finding success with that. Just going for like Guardian builds instead of Airy builds. It kind of depends on your elo life. If you think that your ADC is like not gonna be like that great, I would just play for mid game. Like if I went for Airy, it would not have mattered in this lane. We would have gotten smacked anyways, and this is gonna help me protect the Twitch a lot better in the mid game. Yeah, I just usually have been doing builds where I'm just pretty much counting on the ADC to like not do well, and then try to like carry around some other role in the mid to late game.
Turret plating will fall soon.
That was a lot scarier than I thought it was gonna be. Needed to be. That's a good rotation. Hey, thanks, Lipinsu. Yeah, Jen. I think Jen is the best ADC right now. At least, you know, for the ELO bracket I play in a lot. I think we just go with themes, probably.
Breathlessly.
Cat had used her ult previously. I'm not sure. That was weird. Janna ADC. I mean, I just have a better score than our ADC, but that's mostly just because I'm not dying as much. And good things happen whenever Twitch and Cat come down here. I think we can win off of the Cat and the Twitch. We're about to get dove for sure by this Lee, I think. I'm trying, man.
In harmony.
An enemy has been slain.
Huh.
With ease.
Jinx is really good right now too, yeah.
Upon the wind.
Like, we've been completely crushed in this lane, like, annihilated. And we are still, like, I'm still probably going to get this transformed by 20 minutes, like, at the absolute latest. With this item. So that's what I'm saying, it's like, it's just so reliable, even if you get, like, blasted in lane. Whereas, like, with Spell Thieves, you know, I'd probably be at half the generation. Because I would not have been able to touch him a lot of times, or I would have died.
Upon the wind.
Whoa, what? Holy shit, seriously? What was I stunned by? Was it a bubble? Really? I didn't think I touched that bubble. Wow, we might die anyways. We might lose this game anyways. I thought I stepped around that bubble. Yeah, what the hell? That doesn't look like that should touch. What is the hitbox on that? That did not look like that should touch. It was like the hitbox was right here. That's what happened to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old fogey. I mean, the support XP difference, it was literally 3%. Like, it does not matter. Like, supports are always about this far behind. Like, Lucian only has that much XP because he's got like 7 kills. It's literally, by the time like level 6 rolls around, maybe 1 minion worth of experience. Like, it really does not matter. I know once it expands, it gets bigger. I don't know. To me, it didn't look like it was within the hitbox, but obviously it was. I don't know. I think supports feel great on this patch compared to the end of the season. Wow, they really don't care about these dragons. If we get a 4th dragon, like, I have not seen a team lose yet, my team or otherwise, once they get the whatever, the thing. Who's going in there? Oh, Vlad, okay. Oh, that little knock-up, I think, did it. Jesus. Couldn't quite get him. He's gone. Probably. Yeah, that was my bad. I maybe could have shut him off. That was my bad. Yeah, I think we're just going redemption here. Awesome, old man. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, some of the hitboxes are a little, a little wonky. It's alright, it happens. I've been the beneficiary of wonky hitboxes too. They might be flashing. It's unfortunate. He was sitting there waiting. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was a flash. Yeah. Sure, why she would try to step up to him.
Swiftly. With ease.
She heals so much. Huh. I mean, the Katarina played pretty well, but yeah, I did stop their little combo just long enough for her to break out and kill them all.
In harmony.
Your turret has been destroyed.
This is part of what I'm talking about. Is like, even if the ADC like doesn't do well now, it feels like you can scale so well with Enchanters that you can overcome like ADC like not doing well. Although I think in general, in a lot of my games, it feels like the ADCs are certainly doing better than they were near the end of the last patch.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Oh, what's up, Aaron? Hey, I like that new picture. I don't know what that is, but it looks fun.
Swiftly.
Yeah, I responded to your Discord message. Sorry I didn't see that from last weekend. I don't know. I need to get better about looking at Discord. Honestly, I don't even look at it most days. I just kind of let y'all do your thing on there, but I got that and responded to it. Thank you for taking care of that. Twitch is randomly top, like getting golems or something, so we gotta be a little careful here. We don't want to go that way. We don't want to go that way, man. Yeah, that was a bad way to go. I think we could have done a lot more with that Baron. Twitch just randomly backed. He's been doing very well stat-wise this game, but I don't know about that back. I mean, maybe he had a huge item that he needed to pick up. Pikachu clone. Yeah, this shield on sieges is just sick with the Mountain Drake. You get so much, like, bonus stuff off the sieges. I mean, all of the Drakes are just pretty much, like, if you get the 4 Drakes, it's just kind of doomsday. Pretty much we got smacked bot lane, but we just played a champ that scaled really well, and that gave us a chance to get back in. Oh, are you wanting to send something over for coaching? Yeah, I think you just pretty much what Tiny said. League replays. How does one stop being a one trick? I mean, just play other stuff. You gotta get used to it, though. I mean, I would say in general, unless you're just getting bored or you think that your one trick is really far out of the meta and you need to switch, I mean, there's no reason you have to stop being a one trick. But yeah, I mean, just slowly start. A good place to start might be to think of what's something that your one trick is not good against. Like, what's a good matchup, or what's a bad matchup for it, and then try to pick something else that you could substitute in for that matchup. So, for instance, if you like to one trick Nautilus or something like that, just think about, you know, what's a situation where you would not want to play Nautilus, maybe into like Morgana or something like that. And if that's the case, then pick something, like, try to learn something that's good into Morgana so you have a good counter pick. So you could learn, like, Soraka or Janna or something like that. So just, you know, try to cover up what your bad matchups are, have kind of a plan B, so you don't have to play your one trick into bad matchups. That's a good place to start if you still want to like use your one tricks. ADC transfer from China. Very cringe.
Hey Professor, looking to get 2 more coaching sessions. I think I still have 1 in the bank but would like to put 2 up for now.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, I think you do. Dylan, you have several in the bank, my friend. From all the donations you've given to the stream over the years, so whenever you want a coaching session, we can definitely do that. Who counters Soraka? I mean, in theory, probably Nautilus and Leona. I can look statistically here. Let me see. That'd be my guess. Anything that's like hard engage that can like abuse her early game. Blitzcrank, probably another one. I always ban Blitz. Not only like if I get hooked is it bad, but I can't, as Soraka, I can't really do a lot if someone else gets hooked. You know, they're probably going to die too. Like, I can't do a lot to save them. So Soraka is countered by Bard, apparently. Although I think that's a pretty low sample size. But yeah, Blitz. Janna, surprisingly, I don't know about that. Wait, which... Soraka... Okay, so she wins against these champions, and she loses against these champions. So there's only 2 champions that I see so far that are mainstream supports that she has a negative win rate against. And that's Blitzcrank and Bard. Everything else she has a positive win rate against. Just depends on how positive. But yeah, Blitz is negative and Bard's negative. Everything else she has a positive win rate against. I feel like she beats Janna a lot of the time, but maybe not. She actually has a positive win rate against Nautilus and Leona. I mean, that's pretty scary. And she's not even the #1 support, like, statistically right now. Janna. What is Janna? Janna has a win rate, higher win rate than everything except for Senna. She goes even with Soraka. That's not symmetrical, though. That's what's kind of weird about this, because it says that she wins against Soraka 50.2% of the time, but if you look at Soraka, then it says that Soraka wins against her 50.7% of the time. So I'm not really sure how that works. But yeah, in general, like hard engage, burst champs. I meant to look at my my matchups here real quick just to see what my win rates are with Soraka. Like what don't I win against? Let me say win rate. Like that are mainstream supports. Nautilus is not great. I know I've played against Nautilus more than once as Soraka though, so that's kind of weird. And I don't know if this is, I think this is only preseason. I don't know if this is whole season, preseason 10. Yeah, it's only preseason. Okay. Sample size is kind of low, but most matchups that I play a lot, we win against. The Thresh matchup's actually not that bad. I thought I lost to Thresh more than that. Lux matchup's great. It's just weird, like, one-of games. There's not really a trend there. I've played against Thresh the most. And, Senna. I've got a really good win rate against both of those. I mean, Janna's #1 because Enchanters are freaking OP. I mean, Janna has a better matchup into Leona and Nautilus, I think, is the big deal. Janna's just really hard to deal, and she's like very good with things like Jinx because the extra AD that you give with your shield influences crit. So if you give somebody 50 or 60 AD and they have critical strike, every time they auto, if they have like 50% crit, you're adding 100 extra damage onto them. effectively. So that's kind of the big deal. And then it's just so hard to dive her. She's got Tornado and her ult. Like, Janna's the most unassuming champion in the whole game. The stuff that she does just, like, completely goes under the radar. It just feels like nobody can die on Janna's team, but everything she does is so subtle. Because the shield, like, you barely see it. It breaks almost instantly when you cast it on somebody in combat, but it looks like you do no damage to them. And then just that little flick of the tornado we saw there in one of those fights. I just barely tapped the rise right when he was about to combo again. And it doesn't CC him for very long, but it was enough for Katarina to smoke him before he got to put out his second rotation of spells. So she's just very, very subtle. Okay, we'll do a coaching session here really quick. Let me give my my wife's wanting this water bottle thing. I'll be right back in 1 second. We'll do a coaching session, and then we'll do another rank. Yes, Nami's pretty good too, I think. I don't know what her win rate is statistically, but I think she's solid. She's kind of like an in-betweener. Like, she's got really good aggressive early game, and she can kill people with bubble. She's got a better kill threat than, like, Janna or Soraka, but she doesn't scale as hard because she only has one ability that heals, and it's on a pretty long cooldown. And its base number is not that high. It's only, like, 180, I think, on the heal, versus, like, Soraka's heals 220 on a 2-second cooldown, and Janna's is, like, I think 230 shield on a basically like an 8-second cooldown. Yeah, so Nami is pretty good. Nami has more CC than the other ones, and she has more aggression early, but she gets outscaled a little bit later on in the game. Okay, let me drop this off real quick, and I'll be right back. All right. Let me, I still have several coaching videos I need to release too. I keep forgetting to go back in the archives and grab them. I think it's like 5 or 6. So I'll have to put all of those up there. Okay. Alright, so we'll check out Dylan's here. So we'll do one coaching session, and then if it's alright with Dylan, we'll do one coaching, one ranked, and if he wants to do the other coaching tonight, we can do that, or we can save it for tomorrow. We'll go ahead and get one in here. See if we can help Dylan rank up a little bit, get back in the swing of things. Alright, I gotta lower the cat picture, I think. Okay. Make sure we've got that settled. Okay. Huh. Okay, yeah, we'll do both, for sure. The fish bish. Nice. I don't know, like, Bard... The thing about Bard is usually Bard players have... The Bard statistics are very inflated because, like, the only... It's like Shaco, kind of, like... The only people that play Bard are usually Bard one-tricks. Like, he's not like someone who gets auto-filled is going to play Bard most of the time. So he typically has higher than average stats because the only people that play him are one-tricks. Versus someone like Thresh, all kinds of auto-filled people play Thresh. Okay, so we're going to be looking at Jhin this game. And I'm going to go ahead and record this one separately for those of you that haven't seen a replay. Been a little bit light on the replays this season. We've had some. But definitely would like to get some more in here. Okay, let me go ahead and VOD this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. It's patch 923 in the preseason, and we're going to be doing a Jhin replay here. So special thanks to Dagon, Dylan on the channel, for those of you that know him. And we're going to be seeing if we can help him win some more games. If you'd like a coaching session yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. We can set that up. It's just $25 if you are not a channel member. If you are a channel member, either through PayPal or YouTube or a Twitch sub, then it's just $20. And if you want to watch more replays, okay, that's nice. I will have a link in the description to a playlist. This is going to be pretty close to the 200th coaching session we've done on the channel, so we've done a lot of these over the years, so you can always go back through, find some champions that you're trying to learn, that you're curious about, and watch any of those for free that you'd like. They're always archived on there. And I'm streaming this as well, so you might hear me talking to the stream. We stream every night starting around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually go until about 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come on by. It's friendly, very chill community. We love to have you. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about the game, or if you have a cool new build that you want to talk about. Or you just want some old man stories or whatever it is, come by, check it out. It'll be a good time. Okay. So you got the kill, stealing the blue. It's nice. Fleet. Yeah, you don't have a healing support. I guess Fleet's still pretty good on him. Nice. Just dominated him there. I think I've seen more people going back towards Dark Harvest. I'd have to look up, like, the Jhin standard now. One reason that Fleet is kind of, people are moving away from that just a little bit is because Rapid Fire doesn't increase energy generation anymore, which was one of the major perks of Fleet, was that you got it 25% faster once you got a Rapid Fire. But it's still good. It still gives you movement, still gives you some nice healing. Although if you do go into... if you do go for the Dark Harvest build, then you can do the Spellsteal Hunter and Taste of Blood, which would also give you some sustain. But I think Fleet's still probably alright. It's just they've nerfed Coup de Grace, which is kind of old school what they had, and then they, he doesn't scale quite as well. Nice. Alright, you're just slaughtering him here. Doesn't scale quite as well with, Alacrity as some other ones, although I guess you could take the Lifesteal one instead of Alacrity if you wanted to. So, it's fine. I have seen Dark Harvest making a bit more of a comeback, though. We're watching the Jhin. Nice, congrats, Bitar. Cool, man. Now, I'm curious to see what you'll build here, because I think Stormrazor first is kind of becoming the standard. Jhin is kind of a very hot topic of discussion right now, because I feel like he's the best ADC in the preseason. A lot of people are sleeping on him. Some people are saying he's better, but those changes to Crit Cloak are a huge deal for Jhin. I think it's almost, after you get your first 2 items, there might be a legit build where you could just get 2 Crit Cloaks just to get 100% crit instead of finishing a 3rd item. But I don't know about that. I haven't done the full theory crafting on that. Hey, what's up, Mitch? Good to see you too, and happy post-Thanksgiving to everyone in the States and everyone else around the world. Hope you had a good couple of days too since I've been here. Okay, BF sword, always classic, good way to start. But yeah, I think that the Stormrazor start has been very popular lately because that slow is pretty brutal. It's a very meaningful slow. And the fact that it has the 25% crit on it now, which is awesome. You did lose some attack speed, but Jen doesn't care about that as much, so I have to look at the math on it, but I think people are starting that over over Infinity Edge. Hey, what's up, Oscar? Yeah, BF Sword can go into either one of those. Now, I don't know if you would just go Rapid Fire right after Stormrazor just because they synergize so well together, or because those abilities can stack now to give you 240 burst, or if you go Infinity Edge second after Storm. I'm thinking if you start Storm, I would think you would go Rapid Fire, but... yeah, I think that's right, Qatar. Is it Peter or Patar? Sorry if I'm kind of uncultured. Yeah, just keep pressuring. Their Mundo's in a world of hurt, so I think y'all can push safely. I would actually push this in and try to go get that Scuttle. Like, after this wave, push... I think you can go get Scuttle right now. While you're waiting on them to push this out. You probably got like 15 seconds. Maybe after the next wave, but I would go try to contest that Scuttle, because that'll give you some extra vision. And Lux, if she can get a bind on the Scuttle, that's just one extra way to get really good, like, extra resources, too. Yeah, go ahead, dude. Blow her up. Ooh, almost. Yeah, you got the heal. Nice, perfect. Okay, run him down. I think you got her. Yeah, great. Yeah, it's push and play. I mean, yeah, it's picture perfect laning phase so far. This is how you draw it up. So I have to see how you transition this here. Speed up just a little bit. I would take one plate and run. Okay, you got that one. Now one more. I guess you got to push off the cannon. It might be a little greedy, but y'all can probably do it. Jen pushes pretty fast. Okay, run. Yeah, get out. No. Okay, you did get the gold for that plate. That was worth. But yeah, like mid's missing and jungle's missing. Like, y'all are giving up priority on Dragon by staying that long, but their Mundo's in a world of hurt, so he's probably not going to get it out from under you. Shaco really needs to get the Scuttle, though. Like, Scuttle control is really, really important because it helps keep some vision around the Dragon. And vision's so difficult to come by in the early game. Where are we going? Stormrazor. Okay, yep. You gotta be careful when someone else is haunted or whatever it is, whatever it's called, whenever they have that debuff on them. You will get rooted whenever they get rooted, so you gotta always try to step back off of that. Yeah, crushed them on CS. Moving a little early, because they're scared of you. They're naturally gonna be scared of you, probably. I don't know, maybe they go for it. Yeah, I think y'all got him here. Oof. Okay. Oh, it's close. Bend it like Beckham. No. It's probably a really old reference here. Oof. That's rough. Oh no, it's gonna be a shutdown. Ooh. Cassidy got all that. That's the exact person you do not want to get that. Oh no, don't do it, Shaco. Oh, that's another one for Cassidy, probably. Well, if they're smart here, they're going to push this last wave and go get Dragon. Oh, that was a disastrous minute there. So... Oh, wow, that was nice. Run! Cass, you gotta run! You had him, he wasn't getting out. I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah, it's dated. Yeah, I think, you know, definitely after Lux gets sniped, y'all have to abandon shit. Like, for sure. Like, you maybe should have backed up once Cassidy was missing, because you don't have any vision there. If you had Scuttle from earlier, you would have had vision of that Cassidy walking through there. Although it wasn't clear there was a good spot for you to get Scuttle. You would have had to trade, like, not getting one of these plates for getting Scuttle, which I think Scuttle is actually worth more than the plate, so maybe that would have been a good trade, but someone should have gotten that Scuttle earlier. Anyways, okay, so you gotta have Cassidy on your radar now. It's gonna be bad if he gets fed anymore. Oof. She should have set it up with the E first. You throw the E and it slows him. Especially Senna doesn't have a dash. You put the E on him, it slows him, and then Jin can hit him with a W or Jin can hit him with a Q. But you know, we don't. This isn't a Lux replay, but just for the record, anyone that plays Lux, throw the E first to get the slow on him to make it much more likely you're going to hit your Q. Yeah, Cassiopeia is going to have a really hard time roaming against Cassidon, so you're going to have to kind of be aware of that. And just know that you're going to get camped. Nice. Got him. There you go. Perfect. Oof. Oh, you did get her. Okay, they got him. Yeah, just shoot it. Yeah, I would have just fired that last shot so that you could have gotten the cannon over here. Because you're not going to hit her. I mean, she's not moving. I guess, like, what was your thought? Like, you were thinking you could deny some more CS if you keep her over here. I mean, I guess that's legit, but your wave was trapped over here. Okay, good. Getting this dragon. Y'all probably could have forced this dragon earlier, probably like 3 or 4 minutes earlier. I would have called down the jungler. Once you guys get like 2 or 3 kills, just start spam pinging that dragon until Shaco comes down. Because that's how you really close out games now. A huge part of it is if you get 4 dragons, it's pretty much lights out. So you really, really want to get those dragons. The first couple of dragons by themselves aren't like insanely powerful. Although I would argue that Wind and Mountain are way better than they used to be in the early game. Infernal's worse, and like Water Drake's kind of a wash, but okay. Where do you get next? Either Infinity Edge or Rapid Fire is probably fine. Yeah, you need to push this and back. Yeah. Okay, good. I was about to say, don't go for that plate. Caston's probably on his way here. You need to ping the slots back too. Mercury Treads. Yeah. Okay, I can get behind that because they've got the Morgue Bind, and obviously Caston's going to be a problem, and Rise has a bind also, and he's going to be a problem, so I can get behind that. Ocean Soul is good. I don't know. I feel like old Ocean was better in the laning phase because it gave you mana also. Like, the new one only gives you health. But the old one was OP in the laning phase. The new one's still good, though. Okay, Kerchai Shard. Yeah, I kind of like that if you're going Rapid Fire next. I would do that. I think that's kind of what people are coming on to is the Storm Razor, Rapid Fire, and then Infinity Edge. It's because it has such good synergy with Storm Razor. I like it. I like the build. This is one of those games that just makes you just like want to tear your hair out because Cassidon is literally just sitting bottom. But you're just gonna have to play around it, you know. You just gotta sit back. If you don't have eyes on Cassidon middle, you just can't be there. And the Lux took the AD gold item. Either way, she's not getting that much vision up here. You might want to make sure that you're buying control wards. Yeah, you have one here, but see if you can, you know, maybe put one like right here or something. Because it seems like he's kind of, he might start coming through this way. Or you could maybe sneak one in, like, right here. Yeah, I don't know why Lux has the AD item. And maybe it was she made a mistake purchasing that or something. Maybe she thinks the auto attacks are worth it, the extra damage on autos. I need to be very careful over here, though. Caston's getting real big. Bottom's missing. Some board could come rolling up. You've got good vision coverage, but I would not go up and... Okay, they're coming, they're coming. I would not pressure for plates. Just maybe push in and find something else to do. Like maybe all the jungle camps are gone, but you just kind of have to chill because they are obviously headhunting you right now. They are going to sit on you wherever you go. Yeah, I would just bail out. This is gonna be well, maybe. Seems bad. Tryndamere doesn't have TP at all, so like it's gonna be really difficult for y'all to win. Like fights like that, you're just gonna have to probably back up and give them stuff and just hope that Tryndamere pushes towers. So yeah, it was a good job, like, not getting fully... You had to blow your flash to get out, but... Yeah, once the Lux gets caught there, it's just pretty much over. You just kind of have to give them that and just, like, spam ping everybody back. If somebody's ever dead, unless your team's just up, like, an astronomical amount, you always just want to disengage and just give them something. Double lifesteal item on Trin, huh? That kind of makes sense. I don't know. It's like, you sure you don't want a static shift, man? That seems good. I mean, Sanguine Blade's obviously OP on him. Oh, he autoed a minion. And he didn't kill her fast enough and she binded him. It's unfortunate. Yeah, good job. Just get the tower. Don't get caught up in these shenanigans. Oh, jeez, I did a lot of damage. I just ping him back. Get him out of there. You gotta be pinging people a little bit more. Just like spam all your pings. Yeah. Okay, yeah, kill. Okay, you gotta run. Just get, try to get Drake. Mundo could be getting that for free right now. Lux is dead again. Oh, okay. At least it's an execute. That's good. What we got? Crit cloak. Okay. Yeah, the AD scythe thing, it really only for the obvious AD users. Like, you don't want to try to next level it. Like, unless you have an AD ratio, you really don't want it. Okay. That's not bad. It's 2 for 1. They should be able to get Dragon here. Ryze is topside. He doesn't have his TP. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, I don't mind you trying to defend that. Well, on the risky side, but I love the water dragon sort of skin on the map. They should definitely do more map skins, I think. I'm not sure if they're ever going to do it now because they have these dragon skins. So anytime they try to do a map skin or whatever, they're going to have to make it to where it has like 4 different variants for all of the like dragon possibilities, which that kind of makes me sad because I really liked like the Halloween and the winter theme skin. I wish you could buy map skins. I don't know why they don't do map skins and voice packs. I think they're considering doing voice packs now. Someone said you could just do champion voice packs. Like, I never even thought of that. I was just thinking like famous people, but yeah, I mean, if you're playing Soraka, having Soraka do all the announcements or something, or if you're playing Tryndamere, having Tryndamere do all the announcements, that could be pretty cool, and use the same voice actors. Doesn't seem like that would be too much money. Our death timers. It's based on game time only. It doesn't matter how many deaths you've had. There's an exact formula for it. You can look it up somewhere. I don't know exactly where they are. I think the League Wiki probably has the exact information, but... I thought I read an article somewhere, like saw a title that was saying they were thinking of doing that again. They've been saying that for a while, though. I know they tried it with the Freak and Kobe voice pack. Which is like, okay. It was in the, I think that was in the Cats versus Dogs events earlier this year. Cassidon's still a little on the spooky side. Mundo is going to be difficult for you to deal with late game, is Jin. If he gets a Randuin's. Shaco's going to start to fall off. Instead. Oof. Yeah, I can kind of see this game slipping away from you guys. And that's really frustrating. Because you dominated lane so hard. I mean, I think what it came down to is the Cassidon just got too many roams off. He got 2 or 3 roams. We all overstayed a little bit. And you needed to try to get vision, like, up here. Like, you might even, as an AD carry, when you're on your way back to lane, just see if you can drop, like, a control ward in this bush, or, like, this bush, or this. Just, like, somewhere around the top side of the river to help spot out the ganks faster. Okay, nice. Because, like, some of these little shallow wards around here, you know, like warding here, it's, like, okay. But really, if the Cassidon's there and y'all are pushed up to, like, here and you spot him here, it's kind of too late a lot of the time, you know what I mean? Now, ideally, your Lux would be... Oh, that was nice. Would be warding up there a little bit more, but if she doesn't do it, you can at least drop a control ward up there. Oh, okay. Whoa, he walked into melee range of Trin, what? Is he gonna get him? Oh my gosh, Cassidon literally ulted right on top of the Trin and got a crit to the face. I mean, Tryndamere, Tryndamere split pushing is kind of your... He can probably 1v2 or 1v3 right now. Triple lifesteal. Hey, thanks, Rabgix. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for coming out. And if you have any questions about Warhammer, I'm happy to answer them for you. I will be doing the new DLC as soon as it comes out. I don't have early access. I should probably ask them about that. I'm sure I could probably get it with whatever at 28,000 subscribers. And just my vibe of being, you know, chill and informative. They'd probably give it to me. I've seen some people with as low as like 12,000 subscribers get it. Like the Inept General. I watched some of his stuff, and he really doesn't have a lot of people, but he gets decent followers. How did you get picked off here? Let me see. What happened? You just tried to fight Mundo and got punched in the face, or what? Or was that Tryndamere? No, okay, that was Tryndamere. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Okay, so we're setting up for Dragon. Tryndamere doesn't have TP, so like, what you have to do then... Oh, no. Run. Yeah, I think I would have kept running instead of dropping a trap there. I don't know, it's a tough call. They're probably going to be able to run you down either way. Cassidon's going to clean it up. Cassiopeia really needs to get with the times and run Conquer too, instead of phase rushes. I've never really liked phase rush that much. Cool, man, cool. Yeah, it's an awesome game. Hey, I've put thousands of hours in that game, and I still have fun playing it. Yeah, we've got a ton. I have, like, so many campaigns. I'm always running 1 or 2 at the same time. And I try to explain as much as I can. If you've watched some of that, you probably know. I try to explain all of the moves and, like, the different possibilities as much as I can to help you figure out, you know, some of the different possibilities out there. Think you're, like, after you get rapid fire, Dang, how much gold were you sitting on? Hold up. Okay. Not... I could have sworn that you just had the components for rapid fire when y'all were setting up for that dragon. If you have more than like 1,000 gold, you definitely need to buy. I would get a QSS. I don't know. Like, they have Morgan Senna and Rise. I mean, you already do have a Mercury Treads. You really you kind of do need Infinity Edge. It's tough because you need a QSS. You really need the Slux to get a Mikhail's for you is what you need, but you really need a QSS so that you can finish Infinity Edge. Cassidy with Fleet. I feel like that's the build typically. This person's running a Dark Harvest. I think he still takes, you know, the big, like, healing and lane build, but it supports building items for me in gold. Is that legal? I mean, that's a good point. He needs Mikhail's when you can get Ludens, right? People really underestimate Mikhail's. Like, that's a game-winning item if you use it in the right circumstances. I mean, you're basically handing your AD carry a QSS. If they have to get a QS or a BF sword, if they have to get a QSS and you get a Mikhail's instead, like, you're handing them 1,300 gold.
Shut down.
Okay. Y'all are out of position to get Baron, but okay, yeah. Shaco's splitting. Guess just push up metal. Do you have control ward? Try to get some more control wards. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, if it's Skarner or Warwick, obviously that's not going to help you too much, but or like Mordekaiser. But there's a lot of situations where it would help. Yeah, I'm the same way. I just disabled chat. I used to always be a champion and say, no, leave it on. You got to talk people off a cliff and all this. I'm like, it's not worth the stress, man. Just very few people change their mind about anything that you say. I still think that pinging is really important, but if they're not going to listen to a ping, they're not going to listen to your chat. It's usually very easy to figure out what someone is trying to say when they ping. Whoa, did that guy just have a diamond emote? The Lux? From like the spring split? Because I'm pretty sure I have that emote too. That's quite a long ways to fall. No, okay, no, that's platinum, okay. Yeah, I just got tired of being the babysitter, really. I'm like, the thing is, it just doesn't matter. A lot of the kids that are talking all this trash saying they're going to AFK, they don't do it. They're just bluffing. They're just trying to get some attention. They're just unable to, they have no impulse control. And that's why I would usually, like, just leave it on so I could say, no, play the game. We can win. We can win. It's, in my experience, it's extremely rare for someone just to straight up, like, AFK out of a game. Like, they'll talk a lot, but they won't actually do it. Most of the time. It's like maybe 1 out of every 20 games. Maybe. Oof. That was rough. I know, no one's taking... Well, the thing is, y'all haven't had any map pressure. You've been... excuse me. You've been out of position to take objectives. Like, when you got those kills bottom, earlier, Shaco was splitting. He's still splitting bot lane. And you can't do any objectives without your jungler. So, like... And this person just randomly dead. And they're always around Baron. Also, they have teleport on Rise, and you don't have a TP. So you're at a severe macro advantage, or disadvantage late game anyways. So yeah, I mean, they see Shaco down here doing this. So Shaco was probably thinking, yeah, I think it's a good trade. Let's trade a tier 2 for Baron. I mean, I don't know. I can sense the frustration, but, like, you probably just got to let this Baron go. I don't know. Like, maybe ward this. I don't know what she's... Does she not have any wards? As soon as she gets binded, you need to run out of there immediately. Like, I think it's basically done. As soon as she gets binded, it's over. So I would have just pieced out. Like, maybe you can go up and take a look, or like open up with your ult. Maybe you could open up with your ult like right here or something and shoot the pit. See if you can scare them off. But yeah, if you're walking up here, that's so scary without wards. And the second she gets binded, I'm out because she's just gone. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing was like early on, y'all kind of lost your momentum a little bit with the Kassadin making like 2 or 3 ganks bottom. So I think having a control ward and like early on and like placing it here or like just in any of these bushes around here to get more vision on the Kassadin. Here's a great one. If you can put it like on the edge right here, because then you can see the river and you might even see him if he comes in here. Because yeah, once you have, if you just have shallow wards like here and here, then it's going to be too late once you see him. So I think once you get that first double kill and you start backing, then you come over here and you just put a ward like right here on your way down, and then you know, can walk down. So yeah, you might miss like, you know, like half a wave or something by doing that, but better miss half a wave and have that kind of protection than dying. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, y'all are out of position here. I mean, they could be anywhere, you know what I mean? I know, but like you can see it though. Like you can see a ward and back up. You can ping it. I know it's harder as ADC than it is as support, but y'all needed to not die to Kassadin twice, and then you needed to like ping the Shaco down there. Just like ping assist like on the dragon like 8 times or something after you get a couple of kills. And then like if Shaco's in this area, then you could have rotated and gotten that dragon a lot faster and start the dragon stacking. So then that way, once you start that dragon stacking, then if they ever do kill you and get an advantage, then they're not going to be getting any dragons. I don't think they got any dragons anyways this game, but yeah, getting that extra vision is a pretty big deal. I'm guilty of not doing that enough myself sometimes on certain supports. With some supports that are like ganking supports, you know, like the Nautilus and the Leona, I'll always take a look middle, or often I will. But like on Soraka, sometimes I don't do it, and I probably should more. Yeah, it kind of depends on your support, but usually taking a look middle. ADCs, it's unusual for ADCs to do that, but I think in gold, you just really have to buy a lot of control wards and just try your best to get that vision. That's really what started the cascade downhill, is y'all lost a lot, excuse me, a lot of momentum in the early game. Hey, what's up, Nikki? Thanks, friend. Yeah, it just started to get out of control, like, Shaco, I don't know, like, Tryndamere has a really good split, but I think the Shaco was just really out of position to, like, take any objectives. Like, y'all had several fights where you did win in the mid-game, it's just, they were usually on the bottom side of the map, and you were too far away from the Baron. You're dead inside? Oh, I hope not. Oh, that's Chef. Well, I hope Chef's not dead, too. I thought that was Nikki for a second. Okay, so more your item build's solid. Sun Girl. That makes sense. So yeah, I think the The big thing that you wanted to do was, in that first, you know, after you got your first double kill, is just always keep a control ward around here. Just to try to spot the Cassin. And if Cassin's ever missing from lane, you just kind of got to back up. And when they caught you off guard, I think they killed your jungler or somebody, I don't remember. But then you stuck around for a little bit, and then Lux got binded. As soon as Lux gets binded by Morg, most of the time, especially if you're outnumbered, you just need to leave immediately. Just do not die, she's gone. Like, because there's not a lot you can do, unless you can fight your way out of it and just kind of like... In a 2v2, when it's just Morg and Senna and you were far ahead, yeah, you can just fight your way out of it. But like once Cassin's there, you're not getting out of it. So I would just run for it. So I think the biggest thing is just trying to control vision in the mid game, and trying to call down your jungler and like force him to get those dragons early. Just like ping a lot, ping assist on it, just like constantly ping objectives whenever he's on the bottom side of the map. I mean, when you're that far ahead, you can just like force it too. Like you can just ping him down here, and as soon as he comes down, just push the lane and go take dragon. Because if they want to fight you, just make them fight you. You know, if you're up 4 kills and they want to come contest that dragon, sure, let's do this and just fight them. You know, so when you're ahead, you can really kind of flex on them a little bit, especially when you have a lot of power like Jen. You got that first BF sword, and she probably got like tier or something on her first back. Actually, she didn't go for the tier build. But either way, she was way weaker than you were. So I would just flex on him. I just get that control ward, come over here, and just force them to come fight you or get those dragons. Well, I thought your micro was pretty good. Like, the only major thing that I saw that was wrong with micro is you stuck around too long and losing fights, trying to help your teammate. So, like, whenever Lux gets binded, or you see Cassin come down here and she's, like, really overextended right here, and you're, like, right here, just leave her. Just run. Because you're probably not going to fight your way out of it. And you're just going to get yourself killed. And that was, like, a good example was here with the Baron Pit. Like, it was probably too risky to even try to go in there. If you wanted to try to scare him or take a look at him to stall for the Shaco to get the tier 2 or something, you could maybe open up with an ult here. Although that's risky. Like, if Morg's sitting in this bush and she, like, cues you while you're ulting, you're probably dead. But, like, as soon as she gets binded, the Lux gets binded here, you just need to run. Like, as soon as the fight's done, like, there was another one right here where I think Lux got caught here and killed. And then a couple of you guys tried to collapse. Like, you tried to come in this way and Cassiopeia's coming up this way. Don't do that. Just, like, ping back a lot and just run. Like, you got out of that fight, but you didn't have your flash. And they probably killed you sometime within the next 5 or 6 minutes. I can't remember, but they probably killed you while your flash was down. So that flash ended up costing you a death eventually. Hey, what's up, Rabgix? I mostly play support. Okay. Anyways, so hopefully that helps you out a little bit. I think the biggest thing is just staying around and losing fights and not getting up vision in the mid game and not trying to force dragons a lot earlier to get more macro advantage. But that's going to be it. Thank you very much. As always, I appreciate it. Anyone else that would like a coaching out there, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. We can do that. Usually I just do it on the stream, live. You get some instant feedback, and you get some feedback from people in the chat as well. And then I'll put it in a playlist. You can always go back and watch any of those that you'd like. Just email me. Let me know if you're interested. It's just $25 if you're not a member. If you are a channel member, that's just $20. If you want to watch more videos, I'll have a playlist in the description. You can come out and check out the stream sometime if you like as well. It starts around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time most nights. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Okay, so the stream's going to continue. That's just it for the replay. Alright, Dylan, is it cool if we do one... How long are you going to be on? Can we do one ranked and then do the next coaching after that? If you're pressed for time, I can do the next coaching right now. But I think it's nice to mix in a ranked with a coaching, if possible. Okay. Alright, cool. I'll play one more then, if that's alright with you, and then we'll do the next coaching. Okay. Sorry, I thought I was over this cold. I swear I haven't really coughed all day. Might be that coffee's just getting me hyped up or something. I don't know. Or just talking so much, probably. I haven't really talked a ton today. I was hoping I was getting over this. I had this, like, bronchitis or something for, like, a month. Pull it over here. It always says that after a coaching session. Sadie, stop. I already fed you like 4 food packs. You didn't even eat half of it. You're trolling. I like to tell my daughter she's trolling. She's like, no, I'm not trolling. She don't even know what it is. Both go Fleet. Yeah, I mean, Fleet might be the standard again. I just thought that losing the extra energy generation off of Rapid Fire would make it a little bit less appealing, but... I could look and see.
For alternative.
Who's that, Dan? Let's play a Soraka. It is blind pick, but I do have a positive win rate against Leona and Nautilus, so... Dude's going Fleet. Fleet. Yeah, maybe it's just Fleet still on everybody. Fleet. Yeah, verdict seems to be pretty much Fleet. For most of the top end gens. Fleet. Fleet. Yeah, pretty much all the top end high rated gens are Fleet. Oh, God. Heimer. Holy shit. Hold on a second. Please tell me this dude's good on Heimer. Crit versus... I would do crit. Have people been doing without? I feel like Stormrazor is like where it's at. And if you don't do Stormrazor, then it's gotta be Rengar one trick in the house. Yeah, his name is Rengar. He should be able to dumpster a Moo. Oh, the third guy. I mean, Heimer bot is good, but you need to be good on Heimer. Heimer is like one of the hardest champions in the game to play, like, with full competency. He's just got a lot of really weird little combos with, like, you have to hit stuff to, like, activate his cannon lasers. And, like, you have to sequence your stuff correctly. He's weird. Okay, this guy's pretty good. Low play rate on him, but... we can probably do it. It's just it's gonna be kind of a tough lane, but we can probably do it. Unkillable laner. Half a death after 10 minutes. But Heimer's probably better than most ADCs in theory against this type of lane. The Pantheon top is kind of problematic. Just because he doesn't really scale that well. Like, we're probably going to go about even in lane bottom, hopefully. The Rengar should be able to kill most of them. I don't know, Leona's pretty good against Rengar. Orianna plus Rengar is a really good combo later on if the Ori and Rengar know what they're doing. And I'm gonna outscale Leona huge. Okay, that's actually looking a little better. It's like clear mucus, then I think that means you're starting to get into the clear. It's when it's like green and kind of those darker colors means you still have an active infection. I've been feeling a lot better today.
The whole world in balance.
Huh, I thought that would give him my shield.
Where am I needed?
Now, if we can get the water transformation, that's obviously extremely good on Rengar. I haven't seen that yet. That was kind of like living the dream that people were talking about in the preseason, but this Leona's playing pretty far back. Hopefully she stays that far back. Leona, or Heimer's actually really hard to dive because those turrets. Like, that's not a bad matchup. Like I was saying, that's probably one of the best things you could play if he can play Heimer decently on paper. Ooh, that was nice. Can't go too much closer. I gotta get her out of that bush. I can't really pressure Draven, because she's too spooky if she's in that bush. Oops, I didn't mean to use that. If they try to all in the Heimer, he's out of mana too. I mean, I did have to use 2 sums for it. Pretty sure they're just gonna back. They could try to troll us and get in that bush, but I'm pretty sure they back. Draven has no mana. We're gonna go one more. I don't know. He's just making sure it goes in. Yeah, it's in there, buddy. Don't worry about it. Guys, we gotta get boots.
I lend my aid. For peace of mind.
This is one where I did not run top, but I don't know. I feel like we kind of needed it down here, though, at the same time.
The whole world in balance.
I mean, if they don't do anything crazy, and like we're gonna outscale. I don't know. Heimer, like Draven will eventually outscale Heimer, but I'd definitely outscale Leona pretty dramatically. And she could have gone on me right there. They maybe could have killed me. That was kind of scary. I was hoping that he was just gonna let it push, but they're gonna get that.
Every step, a new journey.
You always want to put it in the back corner of that bush. If Leona goes in, I'm pretty sure she dies, since I've got silence now. My barrier's already back up, too.
I heed their call.
Oof.
Ally has been slain.
Seems bad.
Grace.
Nice. I think Draven just back. Wow, we're gonna have a pretty good setup on our wave too. We're gonna lose a little bit, but wow, that was terrible lane. He didn't contest this, and he didn't push it all the way in. Wait, Heimer's backing though? You sure you don't want this, bud? I don't know about that. I would have taken that. That's a lot. Oh, okay, he has TP. All right, that's a little bit better. Pirates of the Caribbean. I saw the first one. It was just with this girl I was kind of with a long time ago. When that was like 2004 or something. I don't think I saw the other ones. This girl was really into what's his name, Johnny Depp. I mean, pretty much every girl that was like a teenage girl around that time was into Johnny Depp. Then another reason why you may not want to put your control ward up top is if you're really going to be fighting for vision heavily in this tri-bush and you're not going to be able to like contest it that much. You're going to have a hard time contesting it. Like, they're still really spooky, even though we've had a couple of like good fights. I think it was pretty good from what I remember, the Pirates of the Caribbean. To be honest with you, I wasn't watching all of it. Got a little distracted, but from what I remember, it was pretty decent. I mean, we know she's right there. We gotta be... She's level 6, too. Yeah. I'll let you in on a secret. I was not there to see the movie. I mean, she could have asked me to come over. I was trying to think of something that would be like super boring. To come over and just watch like I don't know, static on the TV, and I would be like, hell yeah, let's do it. Like, oh, I really love static on the TV. It's my favorite. You gotta watch this. It's just straight up static. Be like, yeah, man. That's the next level. That's edgy. I like it. Let's do it. Don't at me. We're gonna get one more? I don't know. You get a lot more armor now if there are 3 people here. They buffed it where it gets 20 more armor, so it's hard to get multiple plates. We don't want to lose our momentum here. We want to make sure we're in place to get this dragon here in a second. The horror movie? Yeah, it is kind of spooky. The classic. Just enough time for those plate debuffs to reset. Ooh, oops. Okay, well, there's a Guardian proc. Did they get ripped? Can't tell. I think, well, obviously they did, because Rengar's down here. I've still got ult, too. Okay. Hey, you know what? Depending on what was coming out of the TV, speaking of like horror movies, it was just something pretty benign, just like a little like glue or something. I probably would have still shown up if I would have known that was going to happen. This girl was, she was really attractive, to me at least. I mean, she wasn't like a supermodel, but I was really into her. I thought she was really awesome. not as awesome as my wife, now, let's be clear. But didn't know my wife at the time. This girl, she still is very awesome. She's married to some other guy, which is fine. We're still friends. But yeah, I definitely would have, I still would have gone over. If there was static and something mildly creepy was gonna pop out of the TV. Now, if it was gonna kill us, I'd have to think about it, but if it was just gonna jump out and spook us a little bit and we just like run around and it like eventually goes away, I'd be alright with that.
Never waste a breath. Your turret has been destroyed.
Timer 1v3? Papa's watching. I was really tempted just to use my ult. Just to get the assists on that, because I would have gotten 3 assists. I mean, it might have been worth it. Dang. Sure, all the strategies. Yeah, that's right.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Dominating.
Hell yeah, man. Hot nerd chicks down to clown. Definitely gonna be all about that. High school math teacher got arrested. He was really good on that guy was good on Hybridinger. That was a good one. Okay. Let's get that other coaching session in here real quick. Keep Dylan up too long, and then we'll play one more ranked, and then we'll kind of see where we are from there. Let me refill my drink real quick. The old no signal screen. Is that right, Sadie? Is that right, you little kitty? Sadie's got the next coaching, that's right. Alright, let's pull this up here. And then we'll do one more rank here in a second. Like I said earlier, well, you'll see it. I'll give the little spiel at the very beginning, but... Okay, this is an Ash game. But yeah, I just try to, you know, mix it up. If we have coaching, try to do coach rank, depending on how many coachings that we have. Why'd your high school teacher get arrested, Chef? So we will be going back to ranked here in just a second. Okay, we are on red side this time. Everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be looking at an Ash ADC video. This is patch 923, so special thanks to Dylan for donating for this video. If you'd like to have a coaching session yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. Usually I'll do it right on stream. We're doing that right now during a stream, so you might hear me talking to the stream as well. Streams start around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every night. We'd love to have you come on out. It's a great time. Usually we go till about 2 a.m., sometimes a little bit later on the weekends. Alright, let's see. Okay, pretty good invade. I'm still getting over a little bit of a cold, so I might have a bit of a cough here, but nice, okay. Sadie. But yeah, let's go ahead and get in here. Okay, pretty good ward vision. I would tell Cassidon to ward your red. Has he dropped his ward yet? Okay, yeah, he has. Before you leave here, if you still have your ward, ward their golem. Nice, a repeat kill? Repeat? Nice. I would go ahead and ward his golem before you get out of here. You can ward the scuttle if you want to, but drop it somewhere. Golem's on your way. But yeah, just to keep an eye on that, just to see when he comes bot lane. I mean, you do have a couple of wards here, so you've already got this pretty well set up, but well, you might as well. Alright. So, they don't have a heal. They do have a cleanse. Y'all should be able to win, like, early all-ins. Pike has some sustain, too, in his kit. You do as well. I mean, I'm in the minority. I don't like the Blade of the Ruined King build. If you go for that, then you'll have sustain, which gives you better, like, pressure earlier on once you get that Vamp Scepter. But I still like the Essence Reaver opener, Essence Reaver Infinity Edge, then Hurricane. And that's like maximum single target damage. And I really like the CDR on Ash also. I thought the Trinity with Comet build was pretty good too. That's kind of fallen out of favor. Yeah, I mean, I guess Lethal Tempo like scales better later on in the game. So you got to think, where's Aatrox going to go? He's probably going top, right? Because he's almost certainly going to be too scared to go bottom again. So that means that he's probably going to be on the bottom side of the map around like 3:30 or 4 minutes. So you got to be careful if you're pushed in around this time. Once your wards are going to go down soon. Yeah, there they go. Vi's also on the top side, so she's not going to be able to help you out. Thresh is positioning like the ADCs potentially in the area. See how he's moving forward a little bit? I feel like they're trying to bait you. I would be very careful here. Okay, good. That's a good hawk shot. Good, you fired it across the whole map too. Okay, great. There he is. Yeah, I see so many Ashes fire this short little hawk shot like right here. You always want to fire it across the whole map. And just get as much of the jungle as you can. Okay, great. Well, he did not go the path that I thought he was going to go, or else he's really, really far behind. Which that might be the case too. Okay. Vi's wasting a lot of time top. Like, she's not even ahead on levels right now, which is really bad, because she's been sitting in that tri-bush. And she's not even gonna, like, it's a Kassadin. She can't even really gank for a Kassadin. I don't know. Anyways, that's a bit of a waste. But if Vi comes back down here, and she's like level 4, you can maybe try to pressure and get Dragon. Okay, yeah, some good hits in here. Good, yeah. Oh, that little creep block there is kind of rough. I think you would have had him without the creep block. You might get him anyways. Okay, you got him anyways. It's all good. Good heal. Up. Okay, nice. You could have kept fighting her. She has no mana. I don't know. I guess it's dicey. You might be thinking she didn't use heal, but remember she didn't have heal. She's got cleanse, so. Okay, Aatrox could be down here. Alright, Chef. Yeah, that seems kind of rough. Yeah, that happened at my middle school. She might be warded. He might try to hook you. Oh, Pike, you gotta hit that, buddy. Okay. Yeah, just try to run. That's a really cool looking particle set there, but you got a little bit of a lead. I probably would have done Bilgewater. I think you were right to go Bilgewater. That's a pretty big upgrade because it gives you the lifesteal, which allows you to pressure earlier on, and the active, the 100 damage, is actually really relevant right now. And the slow is very good. I mean, you already have a slow with your Frost, but I don't know. I think if you had enough to get the Bilgewater, I probably would have gotten the Bilgewater. Now, maybe you're thinking you want a control ward. I mean, I guess that's fair, but y'all need to push as fast as you can so you can go help Vi. She might get herself in trouble here. Thresh is Thresh is probably going to rotate on her. This seems bad. Yeah, y'all need to... Pike at least needs to get over there. Yeah, they're gonna... Yeah, I would have pushed this faster. So, like, if you guys were there right now, this would be an easy, like, triple kill. As it is, this is really dicey. They're probably all gonna die. Yeah, so it's not your fault, necessarily, that Vi did a stupid invade. But I think if you would have pushed a little bit faster, just, like, W'd and just pushed as hard as you could, and just, like, pinged them back and just... you know, let them know that you're not there, then maybe. I mean, they might still do it anyways, but I think if you rotate over there, then y'all might be able to turn that around. You're gonna have to probably... You don't have anything. I mean, you did have Flash, but... I mean, she was 6, too. How'd she get 6? Did you get that kill? No? She got experience off of that person dying, though. Yeah, you're pretty much dead. Okay. Yeah, I really don't like Borg. I don't know. I know that's the most popular build, but like, my thought process with Borg is like, it just doesn't do as much damage. I've got the Ash guide on the channel where I'm, you know, mathed it out, and it just doesn't do as much damage early game to single target squishies as Infinity Edge does, or Essence Reaver. Definitely not Infinity Edge. I don't remember if I did the math for Essence Reaver or not, but Infinity Edge definitely does a lot more. Blatherin King starts to come online once you get Hurricane and you're hitting multiple targets. Once you're hitting like 3 targets with Hurricane, and all of those Hurricane bolts are triggering Blatherin King, that's when it gets good, when it's team fights in the mid game. It's solid. But Infinity Edge still does okay in those situations, and I would rather in this meta right now just be stronger in lane so that you can get priority, potentially get some earlier kills, and start stacking those dragons faster. So that's why I really like either an Infinity Edge or an Essence Reaver Rush more. I know the build path kind of sucks. Like, that's a major thing, you know, that you have to have a, you know, you have to be able to get a BF sword to go for the Essence Reaver or the Infinity Edge, which kind of sucks. I mean, one of the only times I would ever consider going Blade is if you don't have 1300 on your back, but you did because you could have bought a Bilge Water. So I know the build path's not as friendly, but I just think there still aren't a lot of poke champions right now, so you don't need the sustain in lane. Like, it's nice, but I think that sustain can kind of be a trap too. I think it's a lot lower single target DPS, and it doesn't scale as well with multiple items as Infinity Edge does. Now, crit obviously interacts in special ways with Ashe. Basically, instead of like having a percentage chance to crit, she just does flat out more damage. So it's just much more consistent damage. But it's still going to scale a lot better. It's like every percentage crit is basically a percentage extra damage that she does. You're kind of low on mana. You're going to have to blast plant, blast plant, blast plant. Oh, might be too late if that hook lands. Yeah. Can you... Oh, you're going to use your flash. Yeah, that's kind of rough positioning. I think you just kind of have to back up and just, like, it's tough. It's a tough call, I know, because they're all, but like, you were out of mana. You can't even really poke with your W. I think you just have to just go and try to push the lane and force them to come back to lane so that they can't stay up there. It's tough. It's tough to say. But I think since you didn't have Flash and you didn't even have W for poke, that it's just too dangerous. Because if either one of these people hits you with either a hook or Senna's W, then they're going to chain it together and you're going to die. Well, you did get your full Bork, which is nice. Ike's randomly running middle. Oof. That was a nice blade move there. Y'all don't have priority in lane. This is gonna be difficult to deal with.
Killing spree. Shut down.
I think if you're gonna ward this, I would at least ward right here, so you get a better, better view of the ramp. I would potentially still consider warding here. I don't know, like, this is a good spot, but this allows you to sweep this wall. I guess that ward allows you to sweep most of the wall too, unless they ward like right here. And that does give you a better notice if they're coming for you. So That's a pretty cool board spot. I am feeling better. I still have a little bit of residual cold. I'm still coughing a little bit, but not nearly as much as I was.
Turret plating will soon fall.
You might have to get a QSS. It sucks getting it this early, but like, you get hit by a lot of thrash hooks. And Senna, you know, Senna has her W2. Like, there's two big threats where if you get hit by either one of them right now, you're dead. I know that sucks because, like, they really don't have, they have 0 magic damage on their team. So you're not getting, like, any value out of the magic resist on QSS, but... Hey, Dragon House. Good to see you again, buddy. Thanks for becoming a member. Helps out a ton. But yeah, you might have to get a QSS. I don't know. It's tough because you need damage too. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe just try to dodge it better. Once again, it'd be really nice if you had a support that could get the KOs, but... House of Dragon. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's rough out there. Hey, what's up, Sammy? Alright, let's see here. What can you do here? Everyone, you're kind of the most fed person on your team. I think,
Rampage. Red team's turret has been destroyed. Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Rampage.
yeah, I missed you too, man. Good to see you again.
Shut down.
Infinity, yeah, they're gonna, or Infernal. Yeah, they're gonna get that Infernal. Your jungler, unfortunately, just doesn't. I mean, it's hard for y'all to contest stuff.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
But she's just really not... I mean, I guess trading... I don't know. I don't like trading dragons for towers. The current meta.
Blue team
Thanksgiving was pretty good. It's pretty good. We got some standard turkey, pumpkin pie type of stuff. We got to try... They had this interesting kind of Asian sauce with like this ground up hamburger meat and rice that I've never tried before. It was pretty good. I'm a man of pretty simple taste. That was pretty. That was legit. Okay, you don't have ult. Dang, that Thresh is really like. Thresh is coming in hot this game. Guy's been hitting everything. I mean, this is kind of tough because y'all are just getting whacked everywhere. I mean, like, one of the only things is just, like, try not to get hit by, like, Thresh hooks as much, but that doesn't really help, you know? You gotta try to get a bit more vision, but, I mean, he's hitting you, like, open field sometimes, too. Other than just going Quicksilver Sash early, but you're so far behind, you kind of need damage, too, because you're the only person that's, like, has any kills. Like, if someone like your Talon or your Cassidon was pretty fed, you might be able to get away with going a Quicksilver Sash, but this Thresh is just massacring everybody this game. Hey, what's up, Jabster? It's pretty good. Pretty good Thanksgiving. Enjoyed it. Got to spend a couple of days with my wife's family, and then tomorrow we're hanging out with my family here in town, so that's solid. Alright, I guess at this point you just kind of got to go Infinity Edge and just sort of hope that your team can scale up a little bit. And that Tryndamere is going to be difficult to deal with. Storm Razor on Tryndamere. Why does nobody get Static Shiv on him? Like, I feel like that item's really good. Hey, what's up, Scott? On Tryndamere, like somebody wants to solo push. I mean, I definitely understand Sanguine Blade. Like, that item's very good on a split pusher, but I don't understand why not Static Shiv to push faster instead of this other goofiness. I mean, Blade, I guess, kind of makes sense. I don't know. I don't like... I mean, I'm not a Tryndamere expert. I don't know. But it seems to me like Crit's probably pretty good on him. What, someone... The other game... I don't remember the other item. They had like triple lifesteal. I feel like it's too much though. You gotta run. Yeah, okay, good job. I think they got him. Okay, nice. Kill. Maybe stacks better. Maybe it does. I would still get Static before Storm Razor though. Or I feel like Static needs to be in there somewhere. Like, the wave clear is just too good, early on especially. So he needs something to help him. Like, he has pretty good wave clear, but that was a nice arrow. Ideally, you probably want to wait until he ults. Did you arrow him when he ulted? I think you did. Yeah, you want to wait until Tryndamere ults and then arrow him. Oh, God. Yeah, you gotta stand away from those walls. I know y'all didn't see her coming. Try to get some more control wards. I think that's another thing this game you haven't had that many. Like, I know it sucks when you're behind, you really need items, but like those control wards can definitely like help your team stay in the game so you can make some good plays. Yeah, Storm Razor does give a slow. I think Static Shiv, I don't know if it applies the slow to everybody if you have Storm Razor. I know it applies the damage, the extra damage to everybody, so it'd be 240 damage on the Lightning Strike, but the other game's really tough to call. I think, obviously, you want to get hit by less hooks early on. I do think that going for either Essence Reaver or Infinity Edge is better. Infinity Edge is like maximum single item damage, but like Essence Reaver gives you more chances to make plays. With your ult, also gives you better mana regen. I feel like there were definitely some times where you could have pressured him early on in the lane a little bit more, knowing that, like, if you were paying attention that she had cleanse instead of heal. I think there's a couple of times you backed up where you could have potentially all into her. I think there was one time specifically after Thresh was dead. It's kind of tough. Once again, kind of like last time, I think just buying a control ward and just like keeping it around here could have been decent just to try to get some vision around the area. I mean, you did have a control ward like over here, which is good. It's a little bit harder to do that on red side, I think. Because you kind of have to walk around a little bit more to get back to lane. But yeah, something like that. I mean, it's tough because the Vi really wasn't trying to position to help you out with dragons. You guys were not in a great position in the lane. You're pretty behind from early on in that lane. Maybe when you pushed up and you did get ahead, I think there was a time early on where you were ahead and you got them pushed out. You could have gone and like secured the scuttle. But yeah, once the mid game came around, it's really hard because every single lane was losing. You were losing on split push. You're going to lose team fights probably. That one was going to be really tough to win. But I think that like early on, maybe if you went for like, you know, a BF sword and tried to call the Vi down, just like spam ping, trying to get Vi to come down. Because like you have a really good combo. Like if Vi ults, and then you ult, and then Pike can clean up with his ult, like it feels like stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you pinged and they didn't come, then, you know, there's not a lot you can do about that. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Sorry I can't offer you too much more concrete stuff. That was just really hard. I think just maybe switching up the item build up to go for something that's stronger on single item. Because I feel like Blade really doesn't come online for Ashe. Because she doesn't get any benefit. Like, her little multi-arrow thing, her Q, doesn't proc Blade multiple times. It looks like it should, but it, like a Lucian double shot, but it doesn't. It only procs it once. So you really don't get any benefit off of Blade until you get your Hurricane to go with it. And that's only in team fights, really, where you get a huge advantage, where you're hitting 3 people with it. So I feel like it's just a much weaker single item power spike. And I think right now in this meta, you know, 923 really need a very good single item power spike. So I'd probably go Infinity or Essence. I don't know if it would have made a huge difference, but that could have been useful. Trying to play around those hooks more. Maybe getting tier 2 boots before you, after you get hooked once or twice, maybe just committing to those tier 2 boots before you even finish your first item, just to try to get around that better. Yeah, and then just trying to call your jungler to come down to your mid or something, and if they don't, then they don't. But I think that's about it. I don't think he didn't even gank you once. It was just kind of that Thresh has dominated that lane. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thank y'all very much. Stream's going to continue. I'll play 1 or 2 more ranked games. If you'd like a coaching session yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. Just $25 for non-members, $20 if you're a channel member. I'll put it in a playlist. You can find that playlist in the description if you want to go through and watch some more champions. I always have a picture of the champion that I'm playing on there, so it's really easy to kind of just flip through and find your the ones you're interested in. Come by, check out the stream. Starts around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every night. We'd love to have you. Very friendly, chill community. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Okay, so stream's going to continue. That's just it for that coaching. Yeah, so that one, there's not as much of a thing I could just, like, exactly put my finger on. And it was going to be tough because every lane lost, and your jungler, frankly, was just out of position a lot to contest objectives. So that one was a little bit rougher. But yeah, I do think that, you know, finding a way to get around the hooks, tier 2 boots would be a good place to start. In some games, maybe QSS, like I said, might be necessary if the Thresh is just really on it. But I agree that in that game, you needed more damage because you were the only one with any kills. So it was just tough. Yeah, the 2 kills, and y'all did get a good start. The Vi just wasted a lot of time in the upper bush where she could have just done golems and passed down, and y'all could have done dragon like right when it spawns. I think it spawns at like 5 minutes now. Might be 6 minutes. Yeah, I'll sing a karaoke song for $10. It has to be $10. Sounds like a lot, but it really has to be that because I get demonetized, and I lose all the ad revenue for the stream if I do that. So really, it's like I keep a percentage of that $10. I don't get the entire 10 because I'm collaterally losing a decent chunk of that. Yeah, I could do a song for $10 or someone. I'm terrible at singing. It's mostly just for laughs. But yeah, that was really popular one spring. People like seemed like every few nights or something, people be donating for me to sing karaoke. Ah, the spring of 2018. I think that's when it was. It was either 2018 or 2017. We had people just maybe both of those springs. They're just throwing me money. People just love the stream. Man, it was hype. We're gaining like over 1,000 subs a month, bringing in 180 to 220, viewers per stream. People just like throwing that money out there for fun stuff. Like I got, I think that was when people I think it was Mr. Magpie and oh, I can't remember his name. There's another guy that donated quite a bit that we haven't seen in a while. Who was here, but I'd know his icon if I saw it, but they like tag team. They donated like $400 or $500 for me to shave my beard on stream and sing a couple of karaoke songs. It was great. I guess it was Band Nautilus maybe? It says someone else Band Blitz. I know, this year has been a lot lighter on the donations than last year. It has not happened very much this year. People have not done the karaoke. That was just kind of a fad one spring. People were donating for me to like listen to music and give like a music review. I think Girl Fiery donated for that. Even though I have like no background in I'm like terrible with music. It was I feel like it was some kind of M name. Marcelo maybe? But hey, I'm here every night. I'm always happy for anyone who wants to tune in. Obviously, when people are showering me with money for fun stuff like that, that's great. But, I'm here trying to do the best I can every night, either way. That was kind of before, like... So there's been, like...
Let me guide you.
There's been, just a lot more competition over the last couple of years. First of all, there's kind of the ADC apocalypse of the summer of 2018 when they just like massacred ADCs and things like that, and that made it a little rough. Overall, that wasn't a great time for League. And then Fortnite got really hot too, but now League's pretty close back up to the viewership. Hey, I had some crazy numbers for those of y'all that haven't been here. If you go back and watch the recorded streams, there was like 2 or 3 weeks there that were just like nuts numbers. We were getting like over 400 viewers per night. We got to like 3,000, I think 600 was the maximum amount. Concurrent. On stream. I have no idea why that happened. It just, YouTube algorithm liked us and just started going with it. But there's been a lot more competition. Especially in like the support position. When I first started, I was one of the only like really instructional supports out there who was really trying to help people get some deep knowledge of the game. And then there's just like this huge trend over the last couple of years of just tons and tons of like much bigger names with much bigger budgets than me. Like pro builds, pro guides, and just all sorts of different mobalytics. All of these different things all started coming out, doing tier lists, offering like pro coaching sessions at fairly low costs. Still more than me, but like less than they used to be for pros, like, and things like that. So it's just been a lot more competition, and that's just how it goes. Yeah, we were averaging like over 1,000 probably for a week. I'd say for a lot of that time it was probably closer like 500 or so. It was still a lot, but yeah, there was like a week there. I can't write your essay. I can read it and give you commentary on it for the equivalent of $15 an hour. But I can't write it. So just like a half hour to look it over. I could do that for like $10 or something, but... But yeah, so I mean, that's just how it is. And that's how kind of the lower numbers are. I mean, and there's been some other support streamers, kind of mid-range support streamers like Masters, type of support streamers that have been doing some more content and stuff like that out there that were much smaller when I first started that have gotten bigger over time. They have what I can only assume is a bigger budget as well, or they've at least invested more in kind of their,
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
you know, video and video editing and things like that. I'm gonna try to do that this winter and just see if I can learn some basic video editing and throw some of that out
30
there.
seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah, that was sweet when I was like one of the only games in town. A good start to that would be to get back to Diamond. That's kind of step one here.
Gracefully.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Avery? Yeah, for sure. I'll probably start with Skaven. I'll try to do both of them, Dark Elf and Skaven. I still had a few episodes of the Dark Elf that I needed to do for the campaign I was doing, but I think it might make more sense just to restart with the new Lord, since there's a new Lord coming out for it. Yeah, I'll do Skaven. Where does Clan Eshin start on the map? I'll have to look up and see where that is. Clan Molder's the one that's near Chaos, right? Or is that... That's not Clan Eshin. I can't remember where Clan Eshin starts. Hey, what's up, Leo? Is it in Lustria? Is it like upper left of Lustria?
For peace of mind.
I know that Tretch starts up near Nagaron. I don't remember Clan Eshin ever being a real force. Senna's actually, yeah, she's better at ADC statistically than she is support.
Never waste.
Eshin's in Lustria? Okay, I think they're upper left Lustria. They've never really made that much of a splash in the campaigns I played, so I can't remember where they are. Lustria, I think, is one of the, I was figuring it would have to be New World because it's in Vortex, so it couldn't be an Old World one. I think Lustria is probably the most interesting place. It kind of gets a little, you know, a lot of campaigns are in Lustria, so it's kind of the same sort of geography a lot. I don't know why she ran that way. She could have just kept running straight. Oh, never mind. Okay, that's... Yeah, no. I thought that was a lead for a second.
What must be done.
Oof. That was almost pretty brutal.
By the time
But there's a lot of diversity there, so I think it's one of the coolest places to play because there's so many different kinds of factions you have to fight in Lustria, especially with the introduction of Empire down there. So I think it's really cool because there are some factions where, like, you're fighting the same enemies like the entire time in the early and mid game. Dude, that Guardian buff has come in clutch so many times already. Oof. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Bro, you missed it. Just leave. Like the dwarf campaign that I'm doing right now, it's a lot of fun, but it's like, it's all greenskins, and that's all we're gonna fight for a long time, are like greenskins. Maybe a sprinkling of Skaven, maybe at some point, but yeah, it's mostly greenskins. Or like the human campaign that I'm doing right now, it's like mostly vampire counts, maybe some humans for a long time, you know? Don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, so I like about Lustria is, I think I counted it up one time and there's like 9 different factions or something there. It's like almost everybody has some kind of representation there. Run, dude, don't stop and ward. What the hell's wrong with you? Why would you stop and ward? It's like, huh, they're chasing me. Oh, okay, they're still chasing me, cool. I swear, like, multiple times, if she just straight ran, we would have been fine.
I heed their call.
Hey, thanks, Clean. Star Guardian Fallout. But yeah, I'll play it. Skaven's one of my favorite factions, man. I love Skaven. The thing that sucks is, yeah, I mean, we did a good job keeping him alive for as long as we could. I mean, Aatrox is going to town on this Shen top lane, so I guess we've got that going for us. We're drawing so much attention down here. Dude, Bard's missing. That means he's coming in with Lee. What, like, right there on that wall, dude. Like they've done to you. Okay, he went middle instead. Yeah, he's there.
To heal
Okay.
and
Well, I get flame. No, I think Senna, I mean, I think she's still pretty good as support. Most people probably think of her as a support, even though she has a higher win rate as ADC right now. She's kind of like an Ashe-esque sort of ADC. Like, she's not going to put out, like, insane damage like some of the other ones late game, but she's just got so much utility with her stun and, like, her ult and her heal. Like, she's got a lot of utility.
this is my path.
Yeah, I love some Skaven. My only thing is, like, I wish SFO had a mod for it. I wish they got early access. But they don't, so I've just got to play it with vanilla, which is fine. But SFO has some really cool, like, extra stuff in the game. But yeah, I'll definitely play it day one as soon as I get access to it. I don't have early access yet, but I'm going to maybe apply for it this winter and see if I can get it. I should be able to get it. There are people with, like, half my subs that have it. I don't know why, like, CA would withhold it. Like, no, we don't want more people promoting our content. Like, it's like, dude, I'll even pay for it. I don't care. Like, just let me cover it for people. I don't mind paying for, like, quality products. I want to support companies that do good stuff, you know? Even though I don't have a lot of money myself, you know, that's just how it goes. Are we killing him now? Damn, I didn't get my heal off. Ooh, the zigs! Oh, God. Holy shit, the zigs. And I got stunned before I could heal somebody. I should have flashed it. I didn't think Bard was going to come back around. Damn, that was brutal. We had that too, man. Oh, that was real rough.
Gracefully.
The zigs, man. If we would have won that so easily if I just flashed the stun. I don't even, honestly, I thought Bard disappeared through his thing. I guess he got knocked out of it and came back or something. Or did he, like, did he go through it and then flash over the wall or something to come back? I'd have to go back and watch it. Honestly, I have no clue what the hell happened there.
An ally has been slain.
Okay.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah. Because I greeted up and I tried to go for the Q heal on the Kiana instead of just going for a normal heal, and I hit the Q on the Misfortune, but it was a before I got the heal off. I think it was before I got the heal off. Misfortune ulted, and then I tried to like move barriered, but I didn't flash the stun and just got deleted. I don't know, it's really unfortunate.
To heal and protect.
Yeah, they got Dragon off of that too, which is really unfortunate. Bard's just like running around everywhere.
The whole world in balance.
Come on, push. This Bard is just running up and down this river. Got Kiana around here.
Where am I needed?
Could get pushed on this wall. Oh my god. Why are they pinging? I mean, Aatrox could have TP'd down. I mean, that's true. Shin might have been able to interrupt him. Okay, nice. Oof. God, Rise does so much damage. Somebody get that. I mean, yeah, but that's not really, like, Aatrox's fault, right? Like, Shin didn't come either. I don't know. I feel like we could have played that a lot better.
I heed their call.
Slain.
For peace of mind.
Come on. What can we get? Get Rift or something?
This is my path.
Get priority Rise. Now he's gonna back. I mean, does he have? He doesn't have his ult. Okay, Lee's top. But we don't. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to back.
Every step, a new journey.
Yeah, we maybe should not have gone for that because Rise didn't get a good back.
Where am I needed?
Ziggs is freaking crushing us right now. Yeah, Ziggs is doing a lot of damage. Okay. Sure. Alright, I'm gonna go for this control
Please,
ward.
sweetie.
I think Ionians is kind of the standard that you need to go for on a lot of supports because you don't get the 10% off of your ward item anymore. And Soraka's really good with that because she doesn't need Mobies anyway. So she already liked Ionian, which is just one more reason why she's strong. Nice. There we go. Aatrox is still crushing over there. Ziggs probably gonna melt that. Yeah, Ziggs is gonna get that. Ziggs just does towers too quickly. I think they should be able to kill him though, hopefully.
They will go no further. What must be done? The whole world in balance.
Jesus.
Double kill.
Every step.
An ally has been
Oof. God. The Ziggs is just freaking bombing people. That's what he does, but like... Thoughts on Alistar? I think he's really weak right now. He's just outdated. Like, there's just no reason to pretty much ever play Alistar over like Leona or Nautilus in solo queue. You gotta stop him, man. You can't let him get the inhibitor. You gotta go, man. what's up, man? Oh, Jesus, for real? Christ. Ziggs, dude, is just like single-handedly just crushing people here.
Shut down.
I mean, you can. It's not like Alistar has a 0% win rate. You can definitely win with him. It's just that, like,
To heal and protect.
An enemy has
a lot of like what made him like unique and cool, other champs have like kind of stolen. Like other champ, like Rakan has really good engage, also very similar to Alistar's, but he does other stuff. Alistar's pretty much like all in on that engage at WQ. Like you'll still see him in pro because he's still going to be the best at tower diving level 6, but like Aftershock the rune has kind of like given almost every tank like invulnerability for a limited amount of time, so they can dive really early too. They just need to rework him, like, 'cause he has like his combo is like whenever he does that to engage, like that's it. He has really long cooldowns, and like that's all he can do for like 10 seconds is one thing, and then like his E is like all right, I guess, but I don't know. They just really need to like rework him, I think, or just like lower his cooldowns. Like they're just way too high. Oh man, we should have let Shin finish that.
Every step, a new journey.
Mikhail's is really good on Soraka. Like that 20% healing and shielding is a big deal, and being able to cleanse off is really huge. Like I've done the math on Mikhail's versus like Athene's on Soraka, and it just gives you way more healing. Because Athene's doesn't do anything to increase the healing on Redemption. It doesn't increase Font of Life at all. That might have been a waste. Maybe. No, it's a waste. Also, getting like the personal healing back is pretty good in the laning phase. Ardent Censor, like, it doesn't, like, it's not really good for Senna to begin with because she has such low base attack speed. And I'm just so used to pretty much every game, like, the ADC really not mattering that much. Like, it's almost always about the jungler or the mid laner, sometimes the top laner. I wouldn't rush Ardent most of the time unless your ADC is, like, really good. You know they're good, or they're, like, really far ahead. Yeah, just the raw 20% plus healing and shielding gives you more healing output than the 50 AP that Athene's gives you early on. Pretty much what it comes down to. And the fact that she has such a short cooldown on her heal, like her W is like a 2-second cooldown base, means that you're just not going to be able to land that many autos and Qs and like damaging spells to charge up your Athene's. Like other champions that have like a 10-second base cooldown on their abilities, like Nami or Janna, like Athene's is a lot better because you have more time to charge up. Shit, wrong one. Got a body block. That's what I think. I mean, there are really smart Soraka players that are much higher ranked than I am that still get Athenes, but that's what my reasoning for it is. I think that it just gives more plus healing and shielding, and the cleanse is very useful. That's rough. We might get Athenes here as a third item.
World in balance.
I would really love that last win trait. Hook champs are popular because of the, like, huge myth that you have to be a playmaking support. You have to hook people and be able to 1v9. Also, that's just kind of like, oh, Jesus. Really? They were just sitting in that random bush? Okay, I guess they were. I don't know if we're going to be able to contest. This is probably dumb. We can win off of this rise now, maybe. Nice. What can we get? Can we get that?
Violence cannot go.
I'm not sure if we're supposed to get bot towers or go for this. I think with Aatrox we can get this.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I think... Yeah, I think we're supposed to go for this. I mean, Lee is up. Rise does it pretty quickly, though, in theory. I've got Barrier, almost. Nice, well, he got a look at it. That was kind of spooky. I think we'll go for Athenes as our final item here. I know we're going to buy it back. I'd just rather have that. That 40% CDR. Please don't. I don't have ult, boys.
An ally has been
It's
slain.
unfortunate. ADC building the support AD item. I wouldn't do it. Umbral, whatever, for the... I mean, maybe, but probably not. I mean, Senna would be the one champion possibly to do it, but I might die here. Yeah, the Bard flank, I wasn't expecting it. I don't think they're going to get much more than that. Kiana's almost up. This Lee just keeps hinting to us. Yeah, if I didn't die there, we maybe could have defended that. No, it's not.
To heal and protect.
So, like, look, so the base heal on, just a very simple example, the base heal on Soraka's W, I think is like 200. It might even be a little bit more than that. So, like, plus 20% healing and shielding off of that is going to give you plus 40. Athenes with 50 AP, 60% of that is like, I don't remember what the number is. 60% of 50 is like 30, I think. This is a very simple example where it's going to be more. Also, like I said, the AP doesn't. The AP doesn't affect redemption at all, and it doesn't affect revitalize, which is a lot of your healing too. Can't get through. It's just too much healing. Which tank support, like Tom and Braum? Yeah, the thing is, Tom and Braum had their time in the sun for like 3 years, and so they've kind of nerfed them out. I mean, Peeler supports were pretty good, but you know, they just got nerfed out pretty hard there. Like I said, on other supports that are not Soraka, I think that Athene's is a lot better because you have more time to charge up the passive, right? You can land more autos, land spells that do damage, all that kind of stuff. So the passive on Athene's gives you a lot of extra healing. But on Soraka, because you're cranking those heals so fast that you don't really have as much time to use that passive, and you just don't do a lot of damage. You know, like you basically got auto attacks in your Qs, and that's it. Like your E does almost no damage. If you don't put a lot of points into it, which you shouldn't this day and age. And you're just way better off with just getting the flat plus healing and shielding. Yeah, you can get a bigger overall burst heal if your Grail is full, but like in a, you know, in a major fight where you're like spamming the heals, then like your Grail's not going to be full for very long. And the cleanse effect is very, very good. I don't think I used it very much that game, but there's a lot of times, like if Shen taunts the Rise or, I don't know, they didn't have that many uses for it in that game, to be honest. Like that it would have been okay that game. But the plus healing and shielding is just way stronger, I think, a lot of the time. I mean, like, a Grail is good. It's not like you can go wrong with Grail. But this, especially if you're going to get Redemption, this is going to have way bigger burst healing because this actually affects Redemption. You get 3 times the plus healing and shielding on it. So the Redemption will heal people to like 1,000 or something per person hit. Now, Athene's does have pretty good scaling with Redemption too because you get an extra like 30 AP off of it. So it's pretty good too. But the Mikhail's like also allows you to keep Chalice of Harmony, which early and mid game is really nice because it gives you like a lot of extra healing. You get like, when you get Redemption, you have like 300% health regen, which ends up being like 7 health per second. Awesome, thanks Dylan, I appreciate it. Yeah, this, I'm not even sure if we should play this one. Yeah, they are making a Juggernaut champ soon. You know, I probably better... I didn't realize it was 3 a.m. I was having so much fun just sitting here talking with y'all, cranking it with Enchanters. I think we might have to call it there. I know it's only like a 3-hour stream, but... the next one is a Aphelios, but then after that, I think it's supposed to be a Juggernaut. But we will be back tomorrow. I should be able to be on around 10 p.m. I was just traveling between towns today, and we spent a lot of time over at my wife's family house. At my wife's family's house. The house of my wife's family. Out of town. We spent a lot of time over there, so I think we'll probably go ahead and just call it here. I mean, we won, what, like 3 in a row or something? Been running pretty hot lately. So yeah, Enchanters are definitely much more my cup of tea than the hard engages, I think. Hey, what's up, friend? Is that Isaiah? Sorry, I can't pronounce that. No, I understand what you're saying. Like, yes, the 0.6 is good, but like, just look. Here's some simple math on it. But like, I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. Yes, Athene's is good, but Mikhail's gives you even more healing. It's like, would getting $100 be good if someone just hands you $100? Yes, it's good. But would it be better if they handed you $150? Yes, it doesn't mean the first $100 is bad. It just means if someone hands you the 150, that's even better. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I see what you're saying, right? So like 200 base heal, 60%. If you have plus 50 AP off of Athene's, which is what you're going to get off of single item, right? Because Frostfang doesn't give you mana regen anymore. Frostfang used to make it to where you would get 60 AP off of Athene's, but after that nerf to Frostfang, it no longer gives you that. So you get 50 AP. So 60% of 50. I don't know if I can get the calculator here. Let me blank screen this real quick. I'm not sure what's gonna. Don't want any like student essays or anything to pop up there. Okay. 0.6 times 50. I think it was like 30 or something. Yes, it's 30 on the dot. So if you have Mikhail's, the plus 20%, 1/5 of 200 is 40. So you would get plus 40 per heal. With Athene's, you would get plus 30 per heal because you're getting 0.6 of the 50 AP. So that means that Mikhail's is giving you 1/3 more healing. That's about 33% more healing because you're instead of getting 30, you're getting 40. So you're getting about 33% more effectiveness off of your W with that. Now, I haven't done the ratios on this as much. The self-heal is a 0.5. So if you're healing in lane, if you're healing 2 people off of this, that one is going to be slightly better if you heal 2 people off of your Q, because you're going to have a 1.0 total ratio, and the self-heal is going to be 200. So you'd get 10 more if you land your Q off of that. You'd get 50 instead of 40. Wish, if you're getting the empowered wish, you know, early game, that's going to be 225. $225 times 0.4 is 90. No, 0.2. It's 45 versus 41. So Mikhail's is stronger here. Mikhail's is stronger on the ult. Mikhail's is stronger on the Astral Infusion. Athene's would be a bit stronger on Star Call, but you got to remember that Mikhail's does not affect Revitalize, which is really important. That doesn't have an AP ratio on it, so it doesn't affect Revitalize. It doesn't affect directly Redemption's healing. Doesn't affect Font of Life healing. Doesn't affect if you're running like Barrier or Summoner Spell Heal. It doesn't affect those. So there's a lot of stuff that it doesn't affect. You're not getting 60 AP off of it. You're getting 50. You might be getting a little bit of AP off of it, yeah, early on, which would make it even better. Because it stacks multiplicatively with AP versus more AP doesn't stack multiplicatively with it. Oh, with the support item. Oh, if you have a fully upgraded support item. Yeah, but we're talking like... We're talking single item. Just straight up, is Athene's better or is Mikhail's better in terms of like raw healing? Scaling Mikhail's is definitely going to be better over time. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Because like the more AP that you have, the higher it's going to increase the base, which means plus healing and shielding is going to be even stronger. Versus just getting even more AP is not really going to like change it that much. I mean, it's close. Like they're debatable. The thing that Athene's does, like having the offensive AP means you do more damage with your Star Call and you do more damage with your Equinox. And that's where, you know, like a lot of top end players in like Challenger who play Soraka might end up getting Athene's first because that extra bit of damage in the laning phase matters, you know, a lot. You know, the fact that you... Now, it only has a 0.35 on the offense, so I still think that's questionable. Like, that's not a very good ratio. Offensive ratio. And, like, Equinox, you really... Like, it only has a 0.4, and you really shouldn't be getting Equinox that much either. But, like, the main reason, like I said, that, like, Athene's... I don't like it on Soraka as much as I do on Nami or Janna or, you know, a lot of other supports is just because her heal is on such a low cooldown. Because, like, every 2 seconds you can spam this heal out, which means you don't have a lot of time. If you have, like, Athene's or something, or you're playing, like, Janna or something, your shield only comes up, you know, every 12 seconds base. So that gives you a lot of time to land autos, to, you know, hit people with your W, your tornado, all that stuff, and that's going to charge up the passive on Athene's. So you're going to get a really fat, like, passive proc whenever you do finally land your shield. But Soraka, you're cranking out the heals so fast, rapid fire, that you just don't have a lot of time to stack up your Athene's to get that extra little bit of healing in there. And frankly, her spells don't do a lot of damage either. Versus someone like Nami has way more damaging spells. And Sona, you know, has way more damaging spells. So I think that makes Soraka really unique, that she has such a low cooldown heal, and she has such high base healing, that she's one of the only champs that I would like it on. I mean, it's a good item. It's just like, I wouldn't, I don't know. You can get it early. A lot of Challenger Sorakas do that. But I just like playing for the mid game with Soraka because my AD carries, it just feels like they kind of underperform. Now, part of that might be because I'm not going all in the laning phase. But yeah, a lot of people don't rush the Mikhails, although some people do. I don't know if I've seen these names up here before. I thought there's like a heal something or other. Yeah, well, this person, it depends on the matchup. So this person goes Mikhail sometimes and Athene's other times. This person also likes the Shard of True Ice. A lot of like Challenger level players will still get that. This person's Diamond too, but obviously that's a lot higher than me. See, this person gets Mikhail's pretty much most of the time. They do Mikhail's into Athene's. They don't even mess around with Redemption. I don't know about that, maybe. This person does Guardian Barrier too. Did the other person do Guardian Barrier? Yes, I'm telling you, like, Guardian's kind of the new hotness on Soraka. It's really good. I think a lot of people are starting to warm up to it. I mean, I wasn't the first person to do it, but I've certainly been one of the only major content creators I've seen pounding the table on it. I mean, I'm one of the only people talking about Soraka. Everyone else just has her at like C tier or something on their tier list. I'm like, what are y'all smoking? Yeah, this person likes Ardent plus Athene's, and they're doing Airy. So I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can play her in a lot of different situations. But this person's doing Guardian Barrier. And they rush Ardent Censor. Now, Ardent Censor does get a lot better near Challenger and Grandmaster because you have 80 carries that actually know what they're doing a bit more. So you're going to get a lot more mileage out of that. This person does Mikhail's. They do. They do Exhaust plus Barrier. That's interesting. That's a little bold. I don't know about that. I'd be a little scared not to have my Flash, but maybe I mean, maybe that's the future. I could see it, because you already have a pretty good movement speed with your Q. You don't really flash offensively ever, but I don't know. I guess if you're going Mikhail's, you can cleanse a lot of CC. I don't know. No, Redemption is definitely a massive heal. Most people get Redemption on her, especially if you do Mikhail's plus Redemption. It's so much healing. Even if you only hit one person, it's like crazy. Even if you're only healing yourself, like an assassin tries to jump on you, you instantly pop Redemption, barrier, Q, and then just like ult yourself, and then Redemption hits, and it's like 3,000 effective health. Anyways, okay, that's going to be it for tonight. I got to get out of here. I got to go to sleep. Hopefully I made the case for you. If you still want to run it, like I said, it's, you know, you're in good company. There are a lot of people that like to run it as well. I think we've seen just about an even split of Mikhail's and Athene's rushes. Both of them can be good, depending on the situation. Obviously, if you don't use Mikhail's very well, if you don't cleanse CC, if you forget to use it, or if the matchup just doesn't have, if the enemy just doesn't have a lot of CC, then that's going to take some value out of it. But, you know, getting Mikhail's, and if you're using it properly, means that your AD carry also doesn't have to get Quicksilver Sash, which saves them 1,300 gold, which is an extra BF sword in their pocket most of the time. So you got to keep that in mind too. Like that's a really powerful thing to give your ADC basically like a quadra kill by getting that item for them instead of forcing them to get a Quicksilver Sash. So that's also something that's difficult to quantify. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank y'all very much. As always, I appreciate it. I'll try to crank out a few more videos, maybe starting on Sunday. I do have, I'm going to be over at my family's house probably all day tomorrow, and then I have a big stack of papers I still need to grade. Isn't that right, Sadie? But I will try to get back into the game. My last class of the semester is Tuesday, so after that should be pretty smooth sailing. I'll try to start cranking out more stuff for you, but anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and we'll see everybody next time.